In this video, I'm going to be playing Skyrim on Survival Legendary as my character Handface. This is vanilla Skyrim. I'll make another one where I download some mods later on. I'll be playing as a Viking, so there are a few things I need to do for this side story. First things first, say goodbye to our very good friend, Jokes. Sven is an absolute oxygen thief. Then it's time to arm myself with the weapon of a Viking, which in this case will probably be an axe. I should probably also grab a shield. I'll be joining the Stormcloaks and swearing loyalty to Ulfric, then taking on some missions for him. Because it's Skyrim, I also do some side stuff. I'll drink mead, eat meat, and when I'm ready, I'll raid a bandit camp and finish off the video by praying at a shrine of Talos. Also, I can't use magic. If I want to heal, I need to drink health potions, and I can only drink mead after a victorious battle. If by any chance you do enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach 1000 subs by the end of the year. Thank you. I was tired of my normal adventures. I'm a Nord and I wanted to become a Viking. I said farewell to my pack mule and dropped most of my gear. Vikings carry light, no hoarding, so I left my bag behind. I went out to the blacksmiths to find myself some Viking weapons and maybe some Viking looking armor. Now it was time to join the Stormcloaks and help my brothers destroy the Imperials. Getting to Windhelm was another story though. There's no fast travel on Legendary Survival, so the stagecoaches are actually extremely useful. Ah, Windhelm, what a shithole. I headed to Ulfric and listened to his speech. I was then given the task, kill one measly ice wraith. How hard could it be? On Legendary Survival, I get bullied by literally everyone and their aunties, so I doubt I'll actually be able to enjoy many victories. But I am trying to stay optimistic. Worst case, I give up and become a drunk caught up with skooma. I headed out, did a quick leap of faith, and immediately realized it was a bad idea. I jumped out of the water, and I kid you not, I continued to get wrecked by literally everything. The cold was the main issue. I was also being one-shot by everything. I tried getting more armor and some camp supplies, but I couldn't find firewood or an axe to cut wood. I even tried stealing, but yeah, that didn't work out too well either. I sat at the table. One day I'd be singing and cheering with my Stormcloak brothers, but first, let me go kill the wraith. I gave it one last go. With some better gear, the exact same thing happened. I got bullied by everything again. Things weren't looking good. It was time to go home and get Lydia. I went home, got Lydia and a shield, and braces that made my one-handed attacks do more damage. I had also sold some stuff so I could get back to Windhelm. I had actually forgotten I had a horse, and this made it much easier. I eventually traded for another horse. I didn't want to risk losing Frost. I love that horse. On the way, I watched a little animal battle. I would have 100% died swimming through that water without a horse. Finally, I got to the location and waited for Lydia. Sadly, I lost my damn horse by doing this. Then we attacked the wraith, and yeah, this would have been literally impossible on my own. Even with Lydia, I think I died over 10 times. It was terrible. Eventually, we managed to kill it. Damn, that was a really tough fight. The Stormcloaks weren't messing around with their initiations. I headed back to Ulfric. The shitty thing is that you can't fast travel, so after completing the objective, you have to run all the way back, and I kept getting slapped around by everything. I was supposed to be a Viking, and all I was a punching bag for everything. Want to feel good about yourself? Come kill me. It only takes one shot. I'm an easy kill, while everything else is tanky as hell and hits like a truck. It took me a long time. I was attacked by everything. Luckily, I used an assassin to fight off a bear and ran for it. And finally, what felt like forever, I made it. Jeez, that was tough. I swore my oath and was immediately sent on another quest. They gave me a Stormcloak outfit, which was nice, I guess. I listened to the mission. We had to get a crown, and then we stormed the Imperials. I helped by killing the downed ones. No mercy. And also that's all I could do. We made it inside, we scouted, then attacked. These poor guys didn't stand a chance. As we got deeper, things got interesting. No more Imperials. We were ambushed by Draugr. They went down easily enough, but in the final room we fought 3 tough Draugr. and this is where I lost a lot of brothers. Things got chaotic when they used shouts. I kept getting disarmed, scrambling to find my weapons, and after a long fight, we finally took them out. The crown we recovered looked amazing and was worth a ton. I wanted it. I travelled back to Whiterun, then used a stagecoach to Windhelm. The crown was taken and I was told to go right back. Geez, what a slap in the face. Now you really feel how tough it is doing deliveries and travelling in Skyrim. The roads are full of hardship. I got back to Whiterun and it was time to drink a victory mead. I talked to the Jarl, he wasn't happy, then I had to go all the way back to Windhelm to tell Ulfric. I didn't like my gear, but there's a little exploit to get some nice armor from a chest. Works similarly to the one in Fallout 4 with dog meat. It was good gear, very good gear. I kept my normal helm though, it just looked cooler. Ulfric gave another speech, he really loves giving them. We were going to battle and take over Whiterun. Sadly, I couldn't take a stagecoach because every time I did, the siege was already over. So I rode there, and damn, it took long. When I finally arrived, we went to battle. We fought to the main gate. I avoided the archers, they were my biggest threat, and I stuck with the group to avoid getting picked off. I did some parkour, quickly opened the gate for them. I didn't have many health items, so I made a quick escape. We made it into Whiterun and wrecked everyone. I pushed through the weak defenses, and for the first time, I actually felt like a Viking. Finally, we reached the Jarl. I took out my sword and dual-wielded. Honestly, I died a few times here too. Not sure what magic she's using. It's all around her, and every time you hit her, you take quite a bit of damage. Every time I'd sprint in and look cool with my weapons, and then die. Eventually though, we won. I enjoyed a moment of peace, looked out over the destruction, and took a deep breath. I still had to kill some bandits and pray to Talos, so there was still a bit left to do. On the way to the bandit camp, I found a wild horse and tried taming it. This horse was strong, it could buck me off. I don't know how I didn't break my back. Eventually, I broke the horse, and then I saw a dragon flying overhead. I rushed back to Whiterun on horseback. Wild Horse and I fought the dragon. We did some cool maneuvers, and Wild Horse was strong enough to push the dragon back. The fight took ages. Thankfully, my armor reduced the ice breath damage. Eventually, everyone worked together, and Wild Horse and I both landed a kill finisher on the dragon at the same time. It was pretty sick. Now, I wanted to go to the bandit camp and finish things up, but there was something else I needed to do first. Fight my sworn enemy. I took a deep breath and enjoyed the scenery. It was time.
Pleasant weather for a war, no? For the Emperor!
The fight was actually really awesome. I had to keep running away from him. He was extremely powerful and he looked awesome. I first worked on killing off his men. This way I would have a better chance at killing him. There were unfortunately quite a few losses on our side. Eventually I beat him and all of his men. He had some awesome loot which I gave to Lydia. Damn, it looks sick. Now it was time for the bandit camp. Not much to say, they didn't stand a damn chance. Between Wild Horse, Lydia and me, we took them out really quickly. I rode off and enjoyed some mead. Now it was time to pray, but I couldn't do it with all this noise. Finally, I was done. So yeah, I know that wasn't ideal. I failed at pretty much everything. It was much harder than I expected. At least I didn't use bows or magic. The armor choices in the beginning could have been better, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think in my next video I'll try be a samurai, farmer, or maybe even a hunter. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If it gets about 20 likes, I'll do a part 2. See you in the next one.